This is the HPI Nano TTR, and it's a little teeny tiny car. But there's something wrong with this picture, and unless you're an engineering type, you may not be able to tell just by looking at it. I'll direct your attention here though. Apart from the fact that I've opened the thing up, I thought we'd start here because I did see some photo somewhere about steering being proportional on this thing. I don't remember where I saw it, but it does say on the box, real steer. So this is the machine, and it has two motors. One motor is for moving the car, but there's a bigger can that's for steering. Now when you get a car like this that has a motor for steering, traditionally you'd think, oh no, it's a toy grade thing. But wait, they've got a reduction gear and then a huge reduction gear with the worm onto a rack and pinion type thing, but it's a worm gear driving the pinion, so the rack is actually a worm gear. I opened this up before because I was interested to see about changing from the BMW 2002 turbo body to the 1987 BMW M3, and I did see that you had to undo a couple of screws to get the thing out. It's held in by these little brackets at each end, and that's all well and good. But the problem was, when I pulled this apart, I lost the steering arms. And I've only just pressed record after I found them. They're teeny tiny little things, my goodness. What I've done is I've charged this thing already, but before I assemble it and drive the thing, I want to show you a couple of things. Firstly, they're releasing a bunch of bodies for this car, and they're licensed. The second thing to show you is, besides this interesting little radio that has a bunch of little features on it, including endpoint, dual rate and all the standard stuff, I did want to remind you of the turbo racing car from a while back, the drift machine. Remember that without the with the plastic wheels? It's a lot smaller, and it's comparatively more simple, but it has quite a party show, the lights on this thing, but it's smaller in every way. Now this new thing, although it doesn't come with the spare body shells you can paint like the turbo racing model, the bodies that you get with this, you can get pre-painted, you can get ones you can paint, you've got to buy them separately, but my goodness, they're detailed. They are really, really nice. But they didn't stop there with a different body, because while you get these wheels with the 2002 Beamer, the 87 M3 gives you period correct wheels. You've got to put the tyres on, of course, but it comes with spare tyres as well. Now, what I'm interested to know is, given that these actually have a little line on them, how are they going to drive? Well, I've got a smooth table here, and I thought, well, we might actually make a bit of a racetrack and see what we think. So let's get this thing together, and then I'll tell you about the new, well, it's not the new, it's about a 12-month-old thing now, but it's a new body, the HPI Nano TTR. I'm excited to get going. I haven't looked at this thing before. Now, right to repair is a big deal, and those who like to repair things will be pleased to find that the little 45 milliamp hour battery here is removable. It disconnects and it's held on with double-sided tape, so if you ever want to replace this, you absolutely can, and it's not difficult. The next thing to tell you is stuff kind of flies everywhere when you pull it apart, so you need to be careful. I'm going to try and put this thing back together now, and I'm going to put it together with the stock body because I want to show you what it looks like out of the box. I just wanted to show you that we'll take the wheels out. I want to show you that the lights work. You've got forward, brake, and reverse. Forward, brake, reverse. Lovely. Right, we'll turn this off and we're going to put it together properly. It's close. Come on. There we go. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So the front goes in on an angle, then it just clicks in. Done. Whew. All right. These have to kind of go around the front wheels, and they just pop in. And the back, wherever I left it, the back was a similar thing. He just kind of popped straight in, and the body kind of just bent around it. So I'm going to massage it in. There we go. Oof. Then you've got these little tiny screws that just hold the whole thing down. We can start the review now. So HPI sent me this. I've had it for some time now, actually. And I requested, when I heard that it came with some more licensed bodies, I requested another one, and they sent me the 87 M3, which is quite a pretty thing. Now, I am going to be more up to doing this now that I've gone through it once. That's the car. And it does actually have a bit of traction. The interior is opaque, the glass. Kind of presses in, but it doesn't stay in, so I'm going to assume that when you put it onto the chassis, it stays on. The tyres are textured, and there's not much slip, I must admit. I don't think you'd have much problem with them slipping, but you can actually turn the wheel in the tyre, so just a tiny dot of super glue will do the job there. I love the little detail in this thing too. They've got what appears to be tail light carriers. And having just gone through what I went through with this other body, with the O2 turbo, this will be interesting as what it'll be. I see how that works. Okay. There are 3 lights on the back of the board. Tiny little plastic, and my old eyes just aren't seeing what I think I need to be seeing. I can't work out how to get them in straight. But that's what you get with the extra body, and there are multiples of them. So that's a little pack of extras, painted body set. You can get painted or unpainted. Rather cool. And it's got the logo, holographic logo, which also has a serial number on it saying it's official. And they've done this for their Fords as well, for their licensed Ford products. That's the little pack of extras. The box itself comes with an instruction manual. It doesn't come with any tools, and you basically need a pair of tweezers and a little tiny Phillips head. It does come with a USB-C charging cable, which everyone has now. Well, everyone who's buying these does. And it's quite an attractive little thing. And of course it comes with the radio, which takes 4 AA's in the base. There's a 3-position switch, a 2-position rocker. We've got trim, throttle and steering. And steering reverse, throttle reverse, steering dual rate, steering throttle endpoints separately. And there's a little bind button in the corner. Now, I don't know if this has a gyro. It doesn't. That's actually pretty nice. And it's just rear wheel drive, as it should be. Whoa! Got some go. Alright, let's get the camera set up and we'll see what we can see. One thing that this makes me want to really do is actually try that turbo racing car on this kind of surface, because I never really gave it a chance. Lana's trying to come in and help. I'm not going to let her. Right, car is on. Now, features. I think we're actually happy. Let's see how the steering works, eh? It's quite clever. I'm going to turn the endpoint right up. Just out of curiosity. Okay, so we're just going to do a slow lap. I have a feeling... Oh no, we want it tight. I have a feeling this thing has too much speed for my skill. Goodness me, it brakes nicely though. We need a bigger table. That corner's too tight. Ooh. Ooh. Dearie me. It turns quite sharply when you lift off the throttle too. You know, I kind of want all the power. I think that makes me a worse driver, to be honest. It's a beautiful, precise thing. I would just like to get a little bit of comparison here, just for, well, comparison's sake. Now, HPI did provide me with this car for review, but while the done thing is probably not to show other products in that same video, forgive me HPI, but the reason I'm doing this, I'm not actually showing a competitor here, I'm showing a different car. This is to give our audience some reference for what you actually get with the HPI and why it is actually so special. With gyros these days, anyone can make a car that's going to drift or whatever. Gyros are no longer some crazy impressive thing. Okay, yeah, anyone can make a drift car. Making a precise car that does what you want it to do, that's a different thing entirely. So this is not the same as the BMW. I wish I could turn the gyro down, to be honest. I probably can on this guy actually. Let's turn that right down. And we're going to fix the trim too. So the reason we're doing this is we want to see how this feels different to the BMW. I'm not the right driver to show this off, but no, I still think we want to turn that gyro right down. Unless you're really into these little cars, these drift cars, which I have no business driving, I don't think this is actually the one for you. If you're into drift, do not get the HPI. I'm experimenting here, I haven't actually done this really before. Yep, alright, so I'm actually not having fun here, but that is probably just me. What I wanted to show you was the difference. These are not one and the same car. These are very different cars. The HPI is a driver's car, which is appropriate given it has the BMW body on it, isn't it? And I tell you what, I was going to rub this off and clean the table after I was done with this video, but this is, to my dog's disappointment, something I want to keep driving. It's really fun. Gosh, this has some go though. How fast does it go? I kind of want to catch it and see. All right. Oh, hang on, we can go straight off onto the sofa. There we go, so we'll just clear the way. I just want to see how fast it can really go. Pretty good. It's got much more speed than you'll ever need on a little tiny table track like this anyway. You can hear the pulse width modulation is probably at about 1,000. And that's alright. That's what the whine is, that noise. You don't actually hear it once the thing's running much, but it is there. I love that it turns in quite sharply. You know what we should do? We should go the other way. Just I want to see if it steers better on these corners. That really is quite a sharp little set. I think I had the direction right in the first case. Off into the sand. Yeah, I naturally want to go this way. I'll see if I can do a full lap eventually without losing it off the track. Let's try that again. What I need to do is go slow to go fast. But not take that too literally either. The steering works really well. It is very linear. It doesn't feel like it has an accelerated area. Yeah, it's quite good. Good job, HPI. This is a driver's car. I really like it. This is addictive actually with practice. Just standing over the table like this, I reckon you could get quite a bit faster on my little wish list for future manufacturing as it gets better and better. Give us a real diff in the rear. Right now it's locked. Give us an unlocked diff, guys. That'd be amazing if you could pull it off. It's going to be close. Very good. Well, this video is brought to you by the RC-TNT channel members. Here they are on screen. Thank you guys for your support. If you want to see this video early and others and get your name on the video, it's $3.99 Australian or around $2.50 American each month, and that helps support me doing what I do here, which is honest reviews. I do accept cars for review from manufacturers, but I do not accept their words. My policy is always, I get to say everything I find, and I get to be fully transparent. I don't mind reading out some stuff if you want me to say some stuff. They rarely ask me for that, to be honest. But I'm not going to hide anything. I'm not going to hold back on negative things. I'm here to share this hobby that I love with you guys. So if you like what I'm about, the join button helps support what I'm doing for a small amount. It actually landed on its wheels. I'm going to guess we're still good. Also, thank you to HPI for entrusting this little model to me. I love it. I think it's fiddly as, it's too fiddly to pull it apart to change the body. It's a gigantic pain actually. But you've only got to do it once or twice. And it's not bad. Steering angle is actually pretty good and it feels very controllable. This is like the ultimate stock car kind of racing thing really, because if we put some actual physical barriers up so that you couldn't really bump out of the track too far, my goodness, you can be racing with friends. And it's 2.4 gigs, so you can do it with friends and it'll work just fine. Whoop. Goodness me. What a shocker. That shuddering, by the way, doesn't break traction easily. This is hard on the battery. Wow. That's quite good. I can see myself getting actually quite good at this, you know. Gee, it turns on a dime. Oof. I'm going to be dreaming about this. This is really fun. Yes. All right, I'm not very coordinated yet, but I can see the promise in practice. Wow. Oh, well, lucky we're not on concrete. It looks good, doesn't it? I love it. Yeah, I like this a lot. A lot. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Throw me a like, and I will catch you next time right here on RC-TNT. I'm going to keep going until this battery runs out. I wonder how long it is, actually. I think I read 45 minutes. Guess we're going to see, aren't we?